MW3 has seen a lot of overpowered weapons, and going into Season 2, there's a bunch that you probably have been using and also haven't been using. I'm going to quickly cover a bunch of the ones that I think you should be using going into the Season 2 Reloaded. I'll have the loadouts at the end of each segment. Let's get into it. Now, starting off with the bang, and one that we all know and love, is the tier dual wielding pistols. These things are still absolutely busted. May not as busted as they used to be, but are still probably one of the better guns that you can use to actually take down some of the heavier hitters inside of the game, such as the mini boss zombies and the mega abominations with their crazy attack power when you hit your critical shots. As you can see, I am using the base level, just the gray level as soon as you spawn in. Still hitting pretty good, but you gotta be up close and personal. But as soon as you start putting any kind of power up behind it, as you see here with just a blue and a single tier pack-a-punch, these things really start slapping zombies around super easily. I personally find these to be really good against boss zombies more than just the horde, because you really don't have a lot of ammo in these things, and if you come across a bunch of zombies at once, especially in tier 3, tier 4, you're gonna get overrun pretty quickly. So I would keep these in your back pocket when you come across those really heavy hitters in the game, and use one of these other weapons that I'm about to show you in a little bit for the hordes. Now to the main part you guys are really here for, is the actual build for these weapons, and this one has varied a little bit. This is personally what I use, but I've seen a bunch of different ones. Use what feels best to you. You got the 1mm pistol laser Z. I use 16 heavy long barrel. I use a different high grain ammunition than some other people do. That's just my opinion. Ulda's Fury is absolutely one that you need to have on this for the trigger action, and of course you need to have the rear grip, the akimbo tiers. That's the only way that this thing really starts hitting, is if you have them in the akimbo. Quickly moving on to another staple, and I'm not going to give much time on this because everybody knows this gun by now. It's the Lockwood shotgun. This thing is an absolute beast. It one-shot zombies in tier 3 and tier 4 super easily. Takes down some of the mini boss zombies super easily as well. It's just an overpowered gun in general. To quickly show you what I mean about this, just in case for some reason you're still on the fence, this is purple, only 2 levels of pack-a-punch on here with the electric ammo type, absolutely destroying tier 3 zombies in a single headshot, and 2-shotting disciple level tier 3 zombies as well. It's so powerful. I mean, let me show you what it looks like inside of the tier 4 area as well in the Dark Ether. This thing just makes absolute mincemeat out of some of these higher level zombies, and as we know, these are just a little bit stronger than tier 4, and you get swarmed by a lot more of them. It's a pretty constant barrage outside of tier 3 in certain areas. This thing also pretty much just 3 shots any of the mini boss zombies, such as the manglers and the mimics. I mean, it's just an absolute must-have, especially if you're going into this higher level area of the Dark Ether. This is the build that pretty much everybody has been using for the Lockwood shotgun. You have the Lockwood Defender heavy long barrel, the X10 or XTEN, I mean not the actual 10 number, you know what I mean, the full choke muzzle, 12 gauge slugs, which is where you get most of the power from and how it absolutely destroys most of the zombies. I'm not even going to try and pronounce the guard, but it's going to be the skeletonized one, and you're also going to need to get the express light bolt in the back. Just makes it so you reload that much faster and shoot that much faster. Absolutely god tier gun. Now moving on to one of the ones I found very surprising when I started to use it, and really didn't think about putting it into this video until I started using it in the tier 3 at such a higher level with purple. It's the M13 BAR, which is actually an MW2 gun. Now I'm going to take you through a couple upgrading processes just to kind of give you an idea from the base level up the way to the purple level tier 2 of pack-a-punch. You see that this is just the gray level tier 1. It does okay, does a really good job when you hit the headshot multiplier, which is nothing too surprising. But this gun really started to come alive when I started using this build with just any kind of upgrade around it. As you see, I have it on green level with 1 tier pack-a-punch, and it is a world of difference from just a second ago with no upgrades whatsoever and the base value. Simply one-tapping a bunch of zombies, obviously just destroying manglers everywhere you go with the headshot multiplier. It just runs through these zombies, and I was really surprised by this. Taking it way up into the tier 3 area, you see I have the purple level with a tier 2 pack-a-punch, and it really is just making it super easy to run through this area, gun down a pretty sizable horde of zombies. Now, it's not as powerful as some of these other SMGs that I'm about to be talking about in a little bit, but this thing is great because of the distance it gives. It allows you to shoot from a distance a lot more than some of these other weapons, and couple that with the power it has behind it at a higher level, and just in general the power level it has, it's a great great gun to pick up. This is the build that I found to be the best for me. You had the VLK laser 7 milliwatt, you had 14-inch Bruin Echelon barrel, F-Tech RS9 stealth under barrel, 5.56 high velocity ammunition, and of course to have that much ammo, 120 rounds pack-a-punch to have the 60 round magazine. Now this is of course what I've been using. There's a lot of different builds that I've seen for this particular gun. This is what worked for me. Once again, move this around as much as you want. I could see you removing some of the ammunition for maybe a rear guard, rear grip, or stock, and maybe changing the underbarrel to something else, but this is kind of the general area you want to be in, especially for zombies. Now we're going to quickly move back to an absolute fan favorite, an absolute classic from when we started this game, the SWP Swarm Akimbo SMGs. These things are fantastic. You can drop a whole bunch of ammo into a whole bunch of zombies super quickly. It does a fair amount of damage, especially at the gray level, the base level, as you can see here in tier 1. It really starts coming alive a little bit later when you add some levels and some pack-a-punch levels onto it, different colorations, but this thing is just an absolute beast, as we all know. Now, just in case you're on the fence with this one as well, here is tier purple with the tier 2 pack-a-punch. Absolutely just running through some zombies. Not as powerful as maybe the M13B as we saw before, but it does keep these guys at a distance because these guys, for some reason, are getting staggered by the build that I have here. Now, I don't know if this is just my build or this gun in general. Nonetheless, these are absolutely fantastic. And as you can see, going against a Mangler in the tier 3 area with this level of pack-a-punch and color upgrade, it does a pretty dang good job. And I don't have to reload whatsoever, especially because with the 100 round mag that's on this build, you just dump ammunition. 200 per gun, 400 total. Absolutely great gun to use, especially in these high tier areas. Now this is another build that you could play around a little bit. This is what I've been using. I've seen a lot of people take out the 100 round drum mag for a 50 round drum mag just to make it move a little bit quicker. Nonetheless, you wanted to have the WSP Akimbo brace stock. This is a conversion kit that you get when you get this gun to the top level, level 27. Of course, I just said the 100 round drum mag as well. I use 9mm high grain rounds. Gives it that much more of a punch in my opinion. WSP Reckless 90 long barrel that you can pick from. I can see you moving this one around a little bit as well. This is what I like to use. And of course, hip shot L20 laser just helps that much more because of course you're shooting these Akimbo SMGs from the hip. Absolutely great gun. Moving on to probably my favorite SMG right now to use in zombies. I covered this in a TikTok and a YouTube short as well, but this thing is the HRM9. It is a battle pass gun and it smacks so hard. It is, again, my go-to SMG for tier 3, tier 4, tier 5 gameplay. Now, I haven't gone through the upgrading process because I wanted to show you how easy it looks to deal with tier 3 zombies when you have it at the highest level you possibly can, gold level, tier 3 pack-a-punch. As you see, the way that I look at this with how strong this thing is, it really makes the tier 3 area feel like you're just chilling inside of tier 1 because it goes and kills zombies that easily. Even when you're not hitting your headshots, this gun absolutely melts tier 3 zombies. And in a little bit, I'll show you what it looks like when you go into tier 4 as well. This thing is just a must-have, must upgrade, must use at least once, in my opinion. Now in the tier 4 area, as I was telling you, this is against a Mega Abomination, a Mimic. Look how fast this thing just fries this Mimic at the top tier. It's just super easy. It cuts like a hot knife through butter. And again, look at how easily it just takes down some of the zombies around it. And it's really not making it hard to fight against a Mega Abomination in the tier 4 area as well. This gun is just, again, my go-to SMG inside of this game right now. We'll see what Season 2 Reloaded brings us, but this is a definite must-use. This is the build that I've been using. This is what I covered previously when this gun was first attainable. I have the VLK laser 7mm, again, Princeps long barrel, FTAC MSP 98 hand stock for the underbarrel, 9mm overpressure plus P ammunition, and of course the 50 round drum mag. I can see a lot of different variations coming out of this. Maybe not use a 50 round drum mag, maybe use one of the lighter drum mags, maybe the 30 drum mag. Totally up to you. I could also see you moving from the underbarrel maybe to a rear grip or a stock. Really just depends on what you want to use, how you like to play. This works for me. I would actually love to see your guys' kind of crazy concoctions with this gun down in the comments. Let me know what you think and how you end up using this gun. Again, I'm really curious. Now for the final gun, it's more of the final guns, and it's just going to be the overlapping wonder weapons, because if you did not read some of the patch notes, as soon as Season 2 came out, and maybe just before, I can't exactly remember, these things got an absolute buff. The ray gun became a lot more viable. As you can see here, it absolutely slaps with just one level of pack-a-punch. Throw 2 tiers of pack-a-punch onto it, and it just makes absolute mincemeat out of tier 3 zombies. The VRK-11 and the Scorcher also got massive buffs, definitely useful in every single situation now. Now this ended up being a little bit longer than my normal videos, so I usually try and stay underneath 10 minutes for my videos, but I wanted to make sure I got as much information as possible and give you guys the most power, the most bang for your buck per weapon heading into Season 2 Reloaded, when we're finally getting some more updated information, more updated stuff to go and grind for, more schematics, more storylines, all the things that we've been hoping to have since Season 2 was released. Now, of course, I hope you guys did find this helpful. Let me know down in the comments which gun you're using the most, with some other sleeper builds that I don't know yet. Happy to make some more videos around it. Again, if you found this helpful, make sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons, and I will catch you guys in the next video.